There isn't a single aspect of modern life that digital technology hasn't altered out of recognition. Take music, for example. From LPs to cassettes, to CDs to MP3s, to live streaming geared to your own personal taste and individual preferences. We've come a very long way since the days of vinyl. Yet, no matter how fast things change, some things remain the same. So, although when it comes to using personal data to improve services and market activities while maximising profit and growth opportunities, businesses now enjoy more choice and flexibility than at any time in history. But there are still two sides to the data story, because the price of freedom and accessibility is a greater than ever responsibility to secure and safeguard the rights and privacy of individuals. The EU's General Data Protection Regulation is revolutionising the way in which personal data is gathered, stored and used. It expands the rights of individuals to control how information is collected and processed and places stringent accountability obligations. In other words, if your enterprise is involved in collecting, storing or deploying individual data of any kind, it's time to change the record. But to begin with, let's define some terms. GDPR is very much concerned with what is known as personally identifiable information. In simple terms, that means any information relating to a person who can be identified, directly or indirectly, by a name, a number, location, online handle, or one or more factors specific to his or her physical, physiological, genetic, mental, economic, cultural or social identity. Another key concept is that of data mapping. Data mapping is about the relationship between one class of information and another. For example, you may start with a list of people and their contact information. Name, address, city or postal code for each person. Now take a second information set that includes the same list of people but deals with their music preferences. Do they like Joni Mitchell or the Arctic Monkeys? Ed Sheeran or Beyoncé? This list will typically include artist, album name and song name for each listener. Suppose that you wanted to create a list of people who like a particular artist. There is no direct way to relate the information on the first list to the other. The solution is to create a mapping between the name in the first information set and the listener in the second information set. The specification of the relationship is called a data mapping. But remember, this kind of linking, although it's of great value if you're a music fan, for instance, and want to know what other people with your preferences are listening to, or even more useful if you're a music service provider and want to know who to make recommendations to based on their preferences, all touches on some very sensitive areas. Do you really want your friends to know that you're a secret Shawaddy fan? As far as GDPR is concerned, there's rather more to data mapping compliance. It is about identifying what information a business holds, where it's located, how it's stored, paper, microfiche, backup tapes, removable media, computer hard drives. It's about identifying what is required to enable the organisation to continue to provide the service to a client without risking anyone's privacy or security.